Now with the equation of the current and between the current density is we said that I is equal or G is equal to current per unit perpendicular area. This is what we said. And now from this one, I will try to derive the continuity equation. And this is equal to this. And I can write the I is equal to G and dA perpendicular. And in order to get this suitable component which is perpendicular to it, it is better to write this thing is a dot product, and this will be J dot dA, and to find A as a whole we will integrate it on the surface. So this is the surface integral here, and we can write this one as well to find the total current on the surface. Now J dot dA on a surface, and now we know the divergence theorem. So with the help of divergence theorem we will convert this. We know that if we take the volume integral and divergence of a vector quantity here in a volume is equal to a closed surface integral and the flux of the quantities V dot dA. So applying it on this one, we can write that G dot dA is equal to volume integral and divergence of G and D times here is equal to the current. And the current I can write is charge per unit time. In integral form, I can write this thing is 1 over T, means I can write it is dq over dt, and integral. Then further I can write this thing is d over dt in integral, and this q I can write is rho theta. So it will give me the total charge here. And this is one thing is we know that rho is the charge density, the charge in the conductor. This is conserved. This charge is conserved. So when we take the derivative of this, then it means that it will decrease and its derivative will give negative. So we put negative sign in order to compensate that thing. And here I do put a negative sign in order to compensate that conservation. So this is equal to this, and now here the volume integral and divergence of G theta is equal to minus d rho over dt, and this is d tab. Now the divergence of G, it will means the integral is on a volume, and in the volume this remains constant. So I can take this thing out, and then the d tab will cancel with d tab here, and we get that the divergence of G is equal to minus. Okay, one thing we will have to take care over here, that when we write d over dt here, and it comes out of the integral, so it becomes partial or partial t. So we will have to write this thing partial or partial t, and means the partial derivative. So it is partial rho over partial t here. And this equation we call is the continuity equation. How much is the divergence of the current density? It depends on the charge density, how much it is varying with time. So if it is constant with time, like the charge density remains constant with time, then its time derivative will come out to be zero, and divergence of J will equal to zero. There will be no divergence at all of the current density. If this will be non-zero, then the current will have divergence. And that divergence means the minus sign will compensate the charge conservation, and we have this is the equation of continuity, or we call this is the equation of conservation of charge, equation of continuity or equation of conservation of charge. The charge will really conserve. So this is the equation of continuity just from the definition of the current density. And now we are going to solve example R.6, which is a straightforward example. Its part A is very easy, while part B is having a bit of integration. Now let me read the statement of the problem. And it says in part A that the current I is uniformly distributed over a wire of circular cross section with radius A is shown in figure 5.15. Find the volume current density J here. And then in part B, it is saying, suppose that the current density in the wire is proportional to the distance from the axis, like J equal to Ks, where K is some constant. Find the total current in the wire. So we are going to find out these two things. Number first, we are having a wire and current is uniformly distributed over it. We are naming the cross section of a wire, and current is uniformly distributed over this wire. Besides, it is in infinite wire, and current is distributed here. So the axis here, and we have the radius of this wire is A, and current is distributed over uniformly over this wire, and we are going to calculate the charge density. Now we in part A we are to calculate the charge density here, which is G, and we know by definition that G is equal to current per unit area, and that area is perpendicular. Now what is the area which is perpendicular here? This area which is cross-sectional to this current is pi A squared. Is it's a circle of radius A, so this is pi A squared. We have this is uniform distribution, so pi over A squared, and this is the value of G here. While part B is C, that what if this G is not, our current is not uniformly distributed, the current density is not uniformly distributed, but it is equal to Ks. Here K is a constant, while S is the distance from this. Like S is starting from here to here, means covering the radius of this. So it will start from 0 to A, and this is basically S, which is here. Just like we have in cylindrical coordinates for the radius, we are having S. Keep in mind, K is a constant. This is not the surface current. This is any constant which is balancing the equation. So we are to find out this thing, and we know we are to find out that what is current which is flowing. So it will be I, and this is the J dot dA is the current density in the dA. They are means cross sectional to each other. So we have this thing is in the same direction both. So we have this is J and dA. Now about J, we know that J is equal to Ks, but what about dA? In cylindrical coordinates, we have formed this thing that this is equal the dA perpendicular. The dA perpendicular is equal to S d S d R, and phi is running from 0 to 2 pi. So we will have I equal to, this is G is Ks, and this is S, Gs, and D pi. So we have K will come out. This one, this is let's say K here, and then S square ds such that S is running from 0 to A, and integral from 0 to 2 pi, and this is d pi. So we have 2 pi here from this one to a K here, while this equation is cube over 3 from 0 to A, and this is equal, I is equal to 2 over P pi, and K here A cube, while the next term will come out to be 0 because A cube over 3 A cube minus 0 cube. So this is the total current which is flowing in that wire, which will have a non-uniform distribution of current. Like this is proportional to S, J is proportional to S. S is increasing, J is increasing. So with this, example 5.4 is done, and we will be heading toward the next topic.